What is going on, Outlaws? Once again, Michael or LegacyKillaHD back with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video for you, and we have some breaking news and a massive leak coming from TrustedReviews.com, in which they received all the way back in August of 2017 information and images of RDR2. I know some people are worried about spoilers, where there really isn't anything too much on the story, but this is really about the gameplay, what to expect, new features, and some of the returning things that a lot of us loved in Red Dead Redemption. Now let's get to this information. So it starts off with these images that apparently they received in August of 2017, and it's just a better look at Arthur Morgan holding a different handgun that we have not seen yet. We also get a great look at Dutch Vanderland, looking as usual pretty badass. Now moving on, we get some information on some of the new modes coming to Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode. They include Battle Royale, Revive and Survive, and Money Grab. It's unknown how Battle Royale will be, if it's going to be like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or Fortnite, but it's obvious that Rockstar wanted to capitalize on the popularity. Revive and Survive pits two teams against each other as they try and stay alive. You'll have a limited amount of time to revive your teammates before they are eliminated. Finally, Money Grab features two teams fighting to procure bags of money in a central location. You're expected to collect and return them to your base as quickly as possible. So we finally have some information on the online portion, but it does seem like there is a lot of similarities to Grand Theft Auto Online. It says that the open world or the free roam is going to be very similar, but there's going to be a lot more depth to it. And one of the examples that was given is that NPCs will decorate storefronts with amenities and pack things away once night comes, which those little small things really just makes an open world feel immersive. Now continuing on, it says frequent rewards will be handed out to players for completing certain tasks. These might range from traveling a certain distance to murdering an enemy using a bow from 100 meters away. And then it says apartments from Grand Theft Auto Online will return in the form of tents, which can be owned and upgraded by players. These are purchased in the open world and also come in a variety of different themes. I'm very interested what they mean by themes, if we can have like a bigger tent or what exactly comes with that. I did like the property system in Red Dead Redemption. I think that it could have been expanded much more, so hopefully it isn't just tents that we can own. Hopefully, there's a lot more avenues of our character Arthur Morgan staying in a town or wherever. Next, it says that online play will include access to a number of shops and NPCs, which can provide the player with equipment and missions. Free events can also be organized outside of standard playlists, like spontaneous treasure hunts and death matches. Now, something that we discussed just a few weeks ago, a companion app that was found on Rockstar's server, it does look like it is the real thing. It says that it will be launching alongside Red Dead Redemption 2 later this year. Just think Grand Theft Auto 5's iFruit app. And then it also says that alongside social elements, it will also include a poker mini game of sorts. I do wonder if there's going to be any customization, maybe to our horse or weapons, but our next online details say that you can partake in a variety of activities across the world of RDR2, such as gold mining, fishing, herding, and an assortment of weapon challenges. So it looks like, as it was mentioned earlier, this open world is going to have a lot more depth and things to do compared to Red Dead Redemption. Now let's get into the gameplay features. Now the first thing that I really need to bring up is that apparently we will be able to discover several locations, including Armadillo and Ridgewood. If you do recognize those names, those come from Red Dead Redemption's New Austin. From that leaked world map, that was not included. It looked like all we were going to get was West Elizabeth, so it looks like this open world is going to be far bigger than we expected. I still don't expect that we're going to get parts of Mexico, but it does look like this leaked map that came in April of 2016 was not the finished one. Now this article continues adding that they'll be populated with various NPCs, including general store owners, better see Herbert Moon, gunsmiths, and undertakers. You can also partake in gambling if you're hoping to risk it all for financial gain, just like how it was in Red Dead Redemption. Then an interesting new thing is that a slums market will apparently be a method of procuring equipment at a reduced price. You can expect NPCs to be navigating these places in according with RDR2's day-night cycle. Now to the vehicles, a lot of questions have been about this because nobody really knows when exactly Red Dead Redemption 2 will take place. It doesn't look like we're gonna have any motored cars, so it definitely seems like this is either a late 1800s game or an early 1900s. It says vehicles in the game will include minecarts, handcarts, and horse-drawn carriages. These come in different variants such as armored and fast ones, although we're unsure if you can customize them yourself. That's been my biggest theory about this, if we may have something like Los Santos Customs and the Red Dead world in some sorts where we can customize our carriages and just to have a little bit more customization with the experience, something that a lot of us players enjoy. Now it says the document hints at railway trains being available as modes of transport across the open world, and it addition, they'll be fully explorable with unique inhabitants and dialogue. So again, it looks like Rockstar is expanding on the train system from Red Dead Redemption. If I remember correctly, it was pretty much you could just sit there and you go from one point to the other, or you could fast forward. But in this next installment, it seems like we could maybe hold up the train, maybe get a mission from somebody. I do kind of wonder what it means by unique inhabitants and dialogue, what type of conversation that we could have. But either way, it's exciting again that they are expanding on another feature. And being that a lot of people did request that we'd be able to rob trains, it does look like this option could be the route that they take. And moving along, the source of this leak, Trusted Reviews, mentions that they do have information on the campaign, but they do not want to spoil it. And seeing that they have all this information on how the gameplay, the open world, and everything is going to work, I believe them. It's probably a good thing that they aren't spoiling it. Now, side activities we'll go over right now. Next we have his horsemanship challenges that can be completed to increase your rider rank, while dozens of different fish can be captured across the world. Plants and herbs can be gathered for crafting purposes, with the document listing types including a clamshell, ghost, night-scented, rat tail, and spider orchids. You've also got fishing, which seems to be in-depth with a selection of baits and tackles available for purchase. You can buy a can of worms. Now, something that a lot of Grand Theft Auto players wanted to see in Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming, and that is a first-person mode. The document states that it will be in both the main campaign and multiplayer, and that it will bespoke animations to fit the style. Eagle Eye, or I believe they're mentioning Deadeye, makes a return with enhanced abilities including tracking bounties through fields and detecting which fish and animals are available nearby. And then we do get some information on more of the side activities in the game, and saying that it's going to work a lot like Grand Theft Auto 5 Strangers and Freaks, and that we're going to have bounty hunting quests, treasure hunts, and adventures with a mysterious stranger. We all know who that guy is from Red Dead Redemption. There's been many theories on who he actually is, his identity. Maybe we'll get some more answers in Red Dead Redemption 2. And here's an interesting new feature for how the campaign is going to work. Specific player actions during campaign missions will lead to events unfolding differently depending on which characters you interact with. This could lead to different mission outcomes, objectives, and dialogue depending on how you behave morally in each playthrough. So again, just another example of Rockstar expanding on how they make their video games, and in this case, I do like that they are going to link moral decisions to how the game pans out. That excites me. And this is just like most of the other Rockstar titles, a wanted level is displayed at the top of the screen and can increase or decrease depending on how the player acts, just like how it's always been. Assaulting pedestrians is considered a low severity crime, while holding up a saloon and murdering everyone will be taken more seriously. The document states that if enemies are injured in a certain way or taken off horseback, you can trigger contextual dialogue and force them to offer information or monetary gain in return for sparing their life. And that is everything that this leaked information says. It seems like they do have information on the story, but they do not want to spoil it, and it's probably for the best. I think a lot of us do want to see how the story evolves, but this is, I will say that Red Dead Redemption 2 has had a lot of information leaked, but we haven't known for sure how this game is going to handle the gameplay side, and this clearly shows that Rockstar is doubling down, expanding on a lot of the things that we loved, and I do wonder if we're going to see the fame and honor system. That was something that I really did like, and if the game's campaign is going to go through moral decisions, I do wonder if that impacts it. But honestly guys, this makes me even more excited for Red Dead Redemption 2, and it does seem like this is the real deal. They got the images to back this up, and it seems like in August of 2017 they were waiting to see what would come, and when Arthur Morgan was introduced in September, and then our latest update, which just came a few days ago, kind of confirmed what they were thinking. So what do you make of this information? Let me know down in the comment section below. We'll be breaking down a lot more of this. I'm actually pretty excited to see the open world's going to be much bigger than expected. I still have many questions like how customization will be handled in terms of weapons and our vehicles and anything else that could be linked to that, as well as properties, and if we're going to be operating in a camp like the first big leak that came months ago stated. It does seem that one, which came from Reddit, and this one connect in certain ways, but this one coming from trustedreviews.com, clearly going much more in depth on the gameplay and open world side. Also, if you missed the video that I discussed that Reddit leak, I highly recommend it, but it is a bit spoilery on the story. Anyway guys, the timing of this leak is interesting considering we just got news from Rockstar the other day, and they promised a lot more info in the coming weeks. I expect we'll read about much of this in maybe an upcoming Game Informer issue, but I do want to thank you for watching. If you did enjoy or found any informative value, make sure to leave a like, follow me on Twitter and Instagram for updates on new videos and discussion on gaming news, and consider subscribing as I am your best source for everything Red Dead Redemption 2, and remember, Outlaws to the end.